Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Dr. Melanie with Venture Chiropractic, and this week we are going into the final four. The four competitors, if you've been following along with the action, are Mediterranean, Flexitarian, Weight Watchers or WW, and Dash. It should be a really good competition. We have some really strong competitors for numerous reasons, which you'll find out in a moment. But before we get into the action, I just want to do a little bit of a disclaimer that I want you to remember that finding the right tool or diet, eating pattern is not a one-size-fits-all. I really do encourage you to get away from watching the scale, focusing on the numbers, and really look into how you feel and body composition. We can go into body composition. That can be a whole nother topic, maybe blog or video. But those are the factors that really can determine true health versus the number on the scale. Just because someone looks healthy doesn't mean they necessarily are, and it can be deceiving and should never be the true marker for true health. So remember that as we kind of move forward, as you're trying to figure out which one of these is the best fit, and then also who's going to make it onto the championship. So let's dive right in. The first two competitors on this side are Mediterranean versus Flexitarian. These have a lot of appeal to the vegetarian crowd, so that can be a good focus if you fall into that group. But then also diving into the other three goals that people may have: weight loss, muscle building, and health benefits. These can meet those as well. Mediterranean, this emulates the Mediterranean region, focus on olive oils, fish, lots of vegetables. Very balanced in macro sets. You get some allowance in red meat. You can have a splash of wine in there, and no saturated fats. So overall, very healthy in some of its choices. Remember, it's not a structured plan. It's more of an eating pattern that you can kind of dip your toe in, or you can dive right in to eating kind of more the Mediterranean lifestyle. I like this one. There is a ton of research out there, so it's backed with evidence that it does work, helps with heart health. Also some good research out there for diabetes management. And again, easy to follow. A 2016 study followed from the Lancet, well-known journal, followed 7,500 individuals for a 5-year period and found, and they assigned them three groups. You were either assigned the Mediterranean diet with olive oil, the same diet but with nuts, and then a control group which could eat really what essentially they wanted. And at the end of the 5-year trial, they found those individuals that stuck to the Mediterranean diet with olive oil put less inches on their waistline. And so they were healthier at the end of it with some other markers that they did. So easy to stick to once you make those changes. Flexitarian, this is a newbie. It's flexible vegetarian. So as the name suggests, lots of vegetables. You have some fruits. You do have some ability to have some of those proteins in there, some of your meats as well, though the focus is not on those as much. The other point that I really enjoy that they make with Flexitarian is that it's a progress, not perfection, is what you strive for. So making, again, small changes to be successful for the long term, and they support you through that, through the kind of their food-based pyramid. They also emphasize exercise. They see the world as your gym, so you don't need a lot of equipment and difficult plans and structured routines to do it. You utilize the things around you. So a little bit of know-how on how to exercise and move your body, to do push-ups, planks, whatever it may be is your choice. This is a great option for you, so it makes it really easy for that. Research is still emerging on this diet plan for Flexitarian. And so it'll be very interesting to see what comes out in the years to come. Both Mediterranean and Flexitarian, they give you some flexibility, so you can kind of deviate from the plan for a short period of time and not feel too guilty for a few meals, and then hop back onto the plan and start receiving health benefits right away as you go forward. So as we're looking at both Mediterranean and Flexitarian, I am going to move Mediterranean onto the championship because of the plethora of research and evidence out there to support this way of eating. And so on we go. Mediterranean moves forward. All right. next two, DASH and Weight Watchers. DASH, this diet plan has been around for a long time. It is well supported in the medical literature. It stands for Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension. So in the name itself, you can understand that it has a large cardiovascular focus on helping you reduce your blood pressure to a healthy level. So limiting sodium is a big one for this, and I'll explain that in a second. Exercise is also encouraged, starting small and getting bigger once you feel you can do maybe running, jogging, swimming, whatever it may be. Encouragement of exercises is strongly there. With DASH, you have well-balanced macros, so you hit your proteins, your fats, and your carbs. The micronutrient of sodium is what you want to watch. There are 2 tracks that you can follow. You can limit your sodium to 2,300 milligrams or 1,500 milligrams. You can talk to your healthcare provider to see which would maybe be the best option to start with. But if this is a new thing for you, starting small at the 23 milligrams can lead to big changes and help you feel successful right away. You may think the food may taste bland because you're reducing and eliminating salt, but once you get knowledgeable in how to spice your food with herbs, looking into your spice cabinet and utilizing some of those in your foods, you can find food can be very, very flavorful. Some scary facts with hypertension. It's the number 1 cause of death, and high blood pressure and cardiovascular health. So it has, we really need to focus on improving this for individuals. 1/3 or 75 million Americans suffer from hypertension, and 50% of those are not controlling it. Even scarier, our youth are being diagnosed with hypertension. And this is really important for me. It is important that we teach our young how to have a lifestyle of healthy eating versus teaching them later on when we're adults. When we're an adult, it's much harder to make changes versus kids. It becomes a lifestyle and they don't know different than to make healthy choices. So something to consider when you're looking at the DASH. You may think it may be hard to track sodium levels, but there are so many apps out there. You can download it onto your phone. You can get good old paper and pen and track it as well. But apps like MyFitnessPal, you can take pictures of the barcodes. You can find the food, log it onto a very nice chart and graph for you, and it tells you exactly how much sodium you are consuming in that day. So you can make adjustments as needed from there. So very easy to use. It gives you a lot of food options and choices with the DASH diet. Again, focus on heart health with this one. As we move down to Weight Watchers or WW, if you were on Weight Watchers previously and were successful but kind of fell off and are looking to hop back on, you may want to relook at this as an option. It's great for weight loss. Weight Watchers has changed a little bit their point system, so they've added 200 more foods with a 0 point, so it gives you more flexibility to eat more of those good foods without kind of running through your point allowance for the day. Very balanced with fruits, vegetables, whole grains. They really teach you how to eat and how to make good choices. And if home cooking is not your thing, they also provide you some options of grab and go foods from the grocery store that you can do that really have very little prep time involved. So you can go out to eat, you can eat at home, very flexible. This is a membership-based program, so you do pay a little bit to enter, and you can pick which level you go in at. You can have home support, you can have online support, you can also have face-to-face support. And support when you're making changes is very important. You want individuals to support you along the way, hold you accountable, and also give you a little pep talk if you fall off for a few meals, and they can help you get back on so you can continue to receive the benefits. In 2006, the British Medical Journal followed individuals who were obese and overweight for a year, and they checked back in at the end of the year on the Weight Watchers program to see how many stuck to the plan. And at the end of that 1 year, 60% of those individuals followed through. So that is an amazing follow through for a diet plan, and just shows success with the program and the ability to maintain for the long term. With this, it's very tight. You really have to focus on what your goals are as picking which one is the best fit for you. But I have to pick one to move on to the championship, and I am going to go with Dash because the evidence, the research is there. It's been around a lot longer, and we really need to reduce the levels of hypertension that Americans are dealing with. So for that reason, Dash is going to go head-to-head with Mediterranean diet in the championship. So hope you were able to gather a little bit more information on those 4 diets. As we move on to the championship, I'm going to talk in more detail about Mediterranean and Dash, so make sure you tune in next Monday for that. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do so you don't miss a moment of the action, and you can follow along with Dr. Chris and Dr. Matt on their brackets to see as they go head-to-head with low back pain treatments and exercise. And as always, please remember that all of us at Venture are here for you to help you move better, feel better, be a better you.